Guess what? Creativity is evil. Did you know that? That's bad. There is a whole other side to creativity. And I didn't find this out until last week when I was thinking about it. So let's unpack this. I mean, you might be wondering, well, Christine, you say we should be creative. You're encouraging mamas to start tapping into that part of themselves. So why is creativity all of a sudden bad? Well, let's unpack this. We're going to talk about the five disadvantages that I was thinking about last week. So we have time, we have fun, we create, we get messy, we use our imagination to expand ideas and have those ideas flow into even more ideas and better ideas and juicier ideas. And we get distracted by thinking about what we want to do, what we want to create. We have notebooks, notes. All of a sudden, when we're in the middle of lifing, doing our regular stuff, something pops into our mind and we start going on that tangent. So, what's wrong with all that? Let me tell you, Mama. First problem, expectations. So, you share all the stuff that you've done with your family and friends and loved ones, and they're like, oh, that was so cute. That's so good. You're so talented. You get all these good things said about it, maybe even some helpful feedback, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go back and make it better, or I made this mistake, or this makes more sense, or let's tweak this. But guess what? Before you were right here, you start using your creativity. Guess what? Expectations are now higher. For example, bread. I know, bread. I love bread. But so I haven't mastered making, or even not even mastered, I haven't made a successful sourdough loaf yet. Yet. Edible, yes. Uh, but still lots of improvement there. But I have been making yeast-based bread. I mean, where you put the yeast in and not from the environment kind of bread. And my family, my son and my husband, well, including myself, have been enjoying it. So I have a loaf of store-bought. We have a loaf of store-bought bread in the freezer. But when we ran out of the prior loaf of bread, we didn't go like we typically would to defrost it and start using that. No. I decided, yes, I know it's my fault. I decided, oh, I would just make bread. I found this cool recipe online. It was so easy, so it was awesome. I've done it several times. And I decided, excuse me, I decided to make bread. So I did. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So we went through two loaves. The first one, my son wanted to put chocolate chips in it. And then we had just a plain old sandwich bread. Then I was like, okay, this is finished. That's finishing. Let me make another one. So I made it. And I was like, let me be clever about this, and divided it up like a like a 2 loaf recipe split it up into three loaves, which I'm not doing again because they were like kind of sad. I mean, they were bread, but one of them was like really sad and pitiful. And anyway, I digress. And they were enjoying it. I mean, I was enjoying it too, but hey. And I asked, so do you guys like this bread better than store-bought? I was asking my son specifically. And because he sometimes doesn't eat a lot of bread, but he was like, yeah, that he prefers this bread, and he wants to keep eating it. So he's been eating bread. And I'm like, oh my goodness, look what I started. Now they have the taste. For 2 weeks in a row, I made fresh bread, and And now their expectation is mommy, Christine, is going to be making fresh bread, homemade bread when we run low. And I was like, oh my goodness, what did I do? What did I just start? So now the expectation is for them to be eating homemade bread as opposed to store-bought bread. And I'm like, well, I kind of love the idea of the homemade bread, but it's like now I have to be making the bread. It's like there's an added, not pressure, but it's like it's now an added thing that I want to do. And I mean, I can easily say no, that it's just going to be one-off chance, maybe once a month or something. But it's like now the expectation has been risen because I made bread 2 weeks in a row. And now the expectation is, oh, we're running out of bread. Yeah, mommy might make more fresh bread. Christine might make more homemade bread. So why did I even start making bread? I mean, I love homemade bread and I wanted to learn how to make it, but who said I had to make it 2 weeks in a row? So that's one disadvantage. Now, the second one is you lose track of time. How many of you have sat down or stood up, or however you love to create, whatever your creative activity is, and you just sit there and you enjoy yourself, you listen to music, and you keep on going and going and having fun? Well, that happened to me. It's happened to me several times, but there's just one distinct time where I realized that I was losing major track of time. I was busy doing my thing. I was listening to either I don't know if I was listening to music or I was listening to an audiobook, but I was just sitting there doing my thing and having fun, and you know how you do it. Knock, knock, knock. Mommy, um, when's dinner? Now, mind you, thank God for technology, Instapot. I had started dinner. So I basically had the makings of it. I just had to put it all together to make it the complete meal. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've been sitting here for hours and my son's knocking and asking about food. I mean, how dare he? How dare he want to eat and interrupt my creative moment, my creative flow? I was like, okay, I'm coming. Now, what I should have done is gotten up and gone to complete putting dinner together. But what I did instead, I settled back in my seat and I was like, ooh, okay, now I can't complete this part, but maybe I can do this little part. I mean, it's going to be easy. It's going to be fast. Unbeknownst to me, 30 minutes have gone. Knock, knock, knock. Mommy, what about dinner? Are we going to eat dinner? I know. We have to feed kids. We have to feed our spouse. We have to. So you lose track of time. I know. It's a bad thing because you so engrossed in what you're doing that you stop thinking about what else you have to do, what else is on your list, because you're so into it and you don't want to break it up by things such as eating. I mean, who wants to eat? We can survive on craft alone and creativity alone, can't we? Can you? I may or may not. I'm not sure yet. Well, number 3, it makes other things seem like blah. Ooh, and that's true. That is very true because I have sat there and talked myself out of doing things because they're not exciting, as thinking up ideas of a new app or thinking up ideas of a digital planner or thinking up ideas of a new concept or uh, you name it. Whatever I have my hands in, I want to do that rather than something else because what I want to do, the creative part of me, is so excited about doing it that doing something as mundane as dishes or folding laundry or, well, doing laundry is not as exciting. Have you been in that situation where you're like, I know I need to do this part. I know I said I was going to do it, or I told myself I was going to do it, but it's not pulling me. excuse me, it's not calling to me. The problem is, if you only wait to do things that call to you, all those things that you find blah that are on your list are never going to get done. So that's a bad thing about creativity. Everything else is not as exciting. That brings me to number 4. So the source of distraction. Creativity is a source of distraction because when we're into them, when we have things that we're doing creatively, that brings out more ideas. Have you noticed when you're working on one thing that you are passionate about, that you are interested in, all of a sudden other ideas flow from it? It's like a tree with branches and then smaller branches. That's me. So I can be in my moment, planning something, thinking of something, brainstorming ideas for a certain concept or a certain idea or whatever it is. And I become so engrossed in it that I, that's all I think about. I might be in the middle of doing something else, um, like cooking, well, cooking, or I could be in the middle of doing laundry or anything that I have to do, or even homeschool planning. And then all of a sudden, I get distracted because I am thinking now, not on what I was doing, not on the task I was doing, but on something else. And that's happened several times that I have to stop myself. Like I was telling my sisters the other day, I was looking for an app that will help me with because I have notebooks, I have papers that I write all these ideas and things that I want to do, but I wanted something on my phone that I would have the broad ideas and I could just keep track of it. And yes, I know I could use a notes app, but the problem with the notes app, I have so many different notes. Um, so I wanted something that was more geared towards a creative person, right? Somebody who has all these creative interests and that I could just have it all in one spot. And since I have my phone with me a lot of the time, it'd be just easy to open it up and I can just add in notes on the go, as opposed to trying to fit a notebook in a in a purse like this, right? Or trying to fill up space on my notes, and then I'm trying to look for that note that I had. Anyway, I was just trying to justify it, right? So I was looking for this app, and then I was like, "Ooh, I love this app. I love that app," but I didn't find anything specifically. I mean, I would have had to pay money for, and I wasn't really at that point because it wasn't really a necessity. And I was like, I wanted one that had all my elements together, being a mom, being a wife, being a creative, a businesswoman, just putting all of those things together into one place. And so it went from, actually, that's not where it started. It started from putting my list of what I wanted to do around the house, right? So things that I needed to get done. And and then it moved on to like, oh, instead of having this paper to keep track of this paper with all my stuff, I want an app. Let me look for an app. Well, that changed to, I don't see any app of what I would love. So let me see if I can create an app. Now, mind you, I haven't started the actual creation of the app. I have it laid out, outlined, and so on and so forth. I started brainstorming it a little bit, but can you see how creativity distracted me from what I was supposed to do and what I tasked myself to do? Yeah, that's the evil of creativity because it just it messes everything up. Yes, it's fun, but do we get a lot done? You have to be intentional to get a lot done as a creative mama, as a creative person, right? Well, that brings me to the last one. You want other people. This is a big one. You want other people to be creative. You want to spread the joy. This is so true. I mean, you can ask my son and my husband. I could be in the moment in a specific creative activity, and I'm like, "Oh, do you guys want to do it? Do you want to plan it? Do you want to? Do you want to? Do?" I'm sure they're very fed up with me because I'm so excited in what I am doing that I want to share it and want to spread it. And then I don't stop there. I mean, it's one thing to share your idea, to show maybe a snapshot of what you did, and to have them see the final result or your transformation of something that you're doing. That's completely different from you telling them that, oh, you would have fun with this too. You would enjoy it. Guess what, mama? Your creativity is not their creativity. Your interests are not their interests. And we need to stop trying to put our creative interests, our gifts onto them. They're gifted differently. I mean, they might use the same elements too when they want to. So that's being creative is so hard because now you want other people to be creative. Just like I want you, mama, to be creative. But that's different because creativity is in your soul. I mean, everybody is creative. How they use it is different. But me wanting to have my son create a certain thing the same way that I'm creating it, or use the supplies that I am using to create something similar. It doesn't have to be exact, but if I'm creating this, like if I'm creating a trinket bowl, I'm like, oh, Kyle, you have fun, you can make it, but he doesn't want to. I know. Isn't it tough being a creative mama? So, mama, yeah, we've looked at all the disadvantages. Well, some of the disadvantages that I thought about last week. If you have more, please, 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 please put them down below because this is an epidemic. When we start being creative, all the bad of creativity starts to distract us and starts to hinder us. And we need to get above it. So, mama, I want you to get out there and be creative. Do all you can to use your creativity. And when any of the disadvantages that pop up, think about it, evaluate it, move it to the side, and do other things that will help you help those stop being a hindrance, like excuse me, family expectations. Now I can go easily say, well, this is a lot. I mean, it's extra steps and something that I don't really do, not part of my schedule, and so on and so forth. So how about if I make bread once a month? Oh, but we want it every week. We want it. I'm like, okay, if you guys want it, then come on, join me. We'll make this as a family project, a family thing that we do weekly, and see how that goes. So include your family. If it becomes something that your family and friends expect all the time now, then include them in it. Or tell them that I know you expect me to be doing this all the time, or for me to create this all the time, but how about we do this? I would do it a certain time. So put limits on it. Put limits on either the time, the frequency, or have them come in and put their hands in and they can be part of it. Well, what about losing track of time? That's what a timer is for. Now, I did try a timer, and you can talk yourself into snoozing. Just like I snooze to wake up, I snooze to create. So, need to be very firm about this. If you put a timer, you need to set, you need to be really, you need to follow this because I still haven't. Okay. Then the other one was things being blah. So, what you could do is instead of thinking about something feeling blah or being blah, not as exciting, you can put in the reasons like, okay, if I do this, I mean, it's really because sometimes it's like something that's you can really finish fast. You can go in, do it, and it's over. You can put in, say, okay, I don't feel like doing this, but if I do this right now, then that will give me more time to do what I really want to do what I'm really excited about. Okay. So think about it that way. Change out how you think about, change your mindset on the blah part of it, the non excitement that you attach to those activities, those tasks, and put in why you want to do it. And even add in, like, bribe yourself. You're like, if I do this, I will add 5 minutes, or I will add a certain amount of time to my creative block of time, right? So yeah, we could do it. I'm going to start doing it. Yeah, I really am. And I do. I did it. I did it last week. How about source of distraction? That's where a pen, a notebook, even your phone's app, or anything to jot down those ideas comes in handy. And that's what I did. I wrote down my idea. Yes, I went as far as brainstorming it and all that and outlining it, but guess what? As much as I wanted to sit down and start creating that app, I had to stop myself because I was laughing and telling my sisters. I had to stop myself and actually work on my original thing that I was doing, all my things I needed to catch up on and do around the house. I had to redirect my attention. So, as far as distraction goes, you can redirect your attention. It may not be successful, but keep on doing it. It may not be long lasting, but keep on trying it. And you will find that you will feel more accomplished, and it will actually bring more meaning to your creative block of time once you accomplish the non-exciting stuff, right? I mean, it makes sense because you go through it faster. I mean, do the best to your ability of them, but you go through it faster and you're like, okay, I've accomplished a lot. And then your creative block of time, that feels more like a reward, and it adds another element of joy and excitement to what you already have doing it. So, how about you want other people to join you in it? Yeah. Like if I'm painting or if I'm uh, doing a polymer activity and I want my son to do it, well, I mean, I could always ask him, do you want to do this or do you want to use polymer clay? How do you want to use it? If he doesn't want to, then that's fine. So we don't have to force them in a nice way or force people to do what we do, how not necessarily how we do it, but at the same time that we're doing it, right? So we can always have them, even if it's you want the company, because many times it is about the company of having somebody there also enjoying their creativity while you're doing the same thing. So you can always put a spot or have them come in and do their own thing, their creative thing while you're doing yours. So you have the joy of being creative at the same time in the same space if you can manage it, and you're feeding off each other. You're feeding off, I'll be feeding off his excitement, he'll be feeding off my excitement, and you can go back and forth with ideas and make it even an even richer experience and a deeper bonding moment. Okay, so mama, here's me saying, yes, there are evils and disadvantages to being creative, but that doesn't mean you should stop being creative, because I want you to go out and be as creative as you can, especially at this time of the year. Go ahead and create gifts for your loved ones, or zhuzh up some gifts that you already have if you already started, if you're one of those that starts getting stuff early. Yeah, use that. But do not let any of these disadvantages or any that you realize stop you from being creative. So until next time, bye for now. Bye bye.